Okay, so now we'll move on to what what the director has been mentioning so far. Now, let's just go up. Yeah. Right. So I'm not too sure if you guys have actually seen what Bitcoin is and how enormous or how big and influential it has become. But U-token is on the way to replace Bitcoin as the main currency, the main digital currency basically. So if you were to look on all of these, so Bill Gates, digital currency can help the poor, but not Bitcoin. So perhaps, most likely, U-token as well. So this is a guy which bought $26 of Bitcoin and ended up with 885,000 US dollars. 886, well, pretty much rounded up. So the potential for Bitcoin is from $1 getting 1,250 Bitcoins to 2013. One Bitcoin is equivalent to about 1,200 US dollars. So assuming U-token goes on the same path, I'm not looking at too high. I'm just looking at about 10 US dollars, and that's more than sufficient because you're joining in at 0.15. Even if it's at 10 US dollars, that's going to be about 10 times the profit of whatever it is that you put in today. So that's the benefit of joining in at a very early stage of about 10 cents. Of course, it's already moved on to 15 cents. Now, these are some of the HQs around the world. This is the Bina Perui project. Coming back to the Bina Perui project, to show. Okay. Surati Sujo Bina Perui is the person which is actually in the letter itself. You can have a look. I'm pretty sure you'll see the name. Okay, so as you can see, this is the phone number. I've actually contacted her around January the 3rd. As you can see, that's a message actually from one of the potential partners from New Zealand. So, Surati Sujo, hi. Basically asking, do we actually own the 100 units and the 300 units that they're actually building? And they've actually clarified they purchased the 200 units. Okay, so my main question was, do we actually own them? So meaning they own 100 units of the projects. Now, Bina Perui now have the right to sell them to the public, not necessary to your fund members. So the point is that they actually own the 100 units. So the point is that they've purchased the 100 units are for them to sell to their members. So basically, even they themselves cannot deny the fact that U Fund actually owns 100 units. There's a story behind this as to why they've actually come up with a letter in the first place, stating that they deny all relationships with U Fund, but that's another story to tell. The point here is that U Fund actually owns or does legally and rightfully own 100 units from this project, irrespective of whatever it is that they're trying to say. Okay, so in 2013 U-token started. There's no one accepting U-token, only a company called Camwell, which has branches in many places. Pavilion is one of the high-class places in Malaysia. It's one of the most expensive malls that we have in Peninsular Malaysia. So having a shop there is relatively good, but they actually have several different branches. So the boss took a great leap of faith for, at that time, accepting U-tokens. It's literally accepting a which is only recognized by less than 1,000 people in Malaysia at that point of time. UToken started to grow, buying over companies, establishing joint projects, Pinapuri. Yes, as you can see, I've stated here. So Unispace.tv, formerly known as UATV. If you want to buy a station box to watch over 200 channels, you can let me know. I can actually arrange that for you. Marble mining, potentially worth 135 billion RMBs, which is about 78 billion. I know the figure is relatively big, but if you take into account that you can actually mine it for the next 30 years, then it's quite reasonable. Next one will be Cat TV, joint venture with UATV. Cat TV is one of the major TV channels in Thailand, so they're relatively big. So having a joint venture with them is the reason why we have over 200 channels. Physical offices worldwide, now in 15 countries and growing. Well, actually the pictures are all online on the Facebook page. You can practically see all the physical offices, and in fact I've actually shown here as well. Okay, so there's YouFun Center, Hong Kong, Borneo, Taiwan, Korea, Taiwan, Jakarta, Singapore. Indonesia is opening up on March 2015. It's coming up in the Jakarta. And this is Hong Kong. Of course, there's some repetitive pictures here. This is Singapore, but the new ones is Vietnam and Guangzhou, China. And this is the HQ in Thailand. They've actually bought another building as well, located in the same vicinity, within walking distance of the HQ. Okay. So this is basically YouFun coming out on newspapers. This is UATV. So if the intention is to scam, well, basically the company just going into China alone is sufficient. There's no reason for them to expand into 15 different countries, to expand into countries unheard of. I actually have a list of the 78 countries up to January. This month itself is 80 plus countries. It's constantly growing. But if you could look at the 78 countries, which is on the Facebook page, just have a look. It's somewhere down here, so you can have a look at it yourself. This is an actor for a movie called KL Gangster, and he was the kingpin in the movie itself. So it's quite funny that he's actually joined UToken as well. These are some videos of foreigners, Caucasians, Americans actually joining into UToken as well. And this is a guy that just recently joined, 350,000 US dollars. He's actually joining 350,000 US dollars, which is pretty much 50,000 US dollars times 7, which is 1.3 million ringgit. So he's actually joined with a 7-star. Now, from the looks of him, I'm pretty sure he's quite intelligent. He's an intelligent, successful person. So for him to have the confidence to join at 350,000 US dollars, I'm pretty sure he sees something in UToken where most of us are actually seeing it right now. So these are some of the seminars which is done in Thailand, in Malaysia as well. So this is the potential amount of money you can actually earn. As you can see, the PV points are staggering. It's 2.8 million. Now, as I've mentioned before, why would we want? If we were to want to scam people, if the company's out with the intention to scam, there's no reason for them to open up in places even like Ghana. Why not just stay in China and just expand? Because just focusing on China's market alone is more than sufficient. But why move into other different states as well? So as you can see, United States, previously it started off with only about 100 viewers. now it's already gone up to about 1,382 viewers. So as you can see, the expansion is more, it's more and more uh, 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 apparent now as compared to before. As you can see, in the United Kingdom, 660. Initially, it was only about a 10 or 20 or 50. So the Western countries are starting to look into this. So it's really really this is it's really really important that you don't miss out, because it started off in Asia first, and if you are in the Asian countries, then you should really really benefit from it first before it actually moves on to the Western countries. Join before the next part of the world joins. I think that's really really important. The key uh, timing, the timing which you join, that's really important. If you join at the end of the day, where everyone else has started to join, has started to enter, then it's a bit too late. So joining at the right time, which is right now, is really important. This is a French-made uh, video of uToken. So this is just one of different languages which we've uploaded onto our page. There's actually other languages as well, like Spanish and etc. as well. So okay. So as you can see, Cat TV. As you can see, it's even sold in a local, one of the largest bookstores in Malaysia. As you can see here, uToken sign. Okay, so moving on. This is UATV, which is owned by the company. So that's UATV, which I've shown just now. UATV. Okay. Right. Oops. Okay, so as you can see now, yep, okay, so basically a Facebook page. Now the reason why that Facebook page actually spreads false rumors about uToken is because, let's just go up to where it is first. Right, so basically it's saying that UFON Thailand is being closed down on the 3rd of December by the Thailand government. But the funny thing is, on the 26th of December, Cat TV has actually signed a joint agreement with UFON. Now, if you are a big company like Cat TV, I'm pretty sure you would know. You say 26th December. I'm pretty sure you're not stupid enough to sign any agreements with UFON on the 26th if the company has actually been closed down on the 3rd. Now, I myself has actually been to Thailand on in January itself. So the company was still running. As you can see from the pictures itself, the seminars are still running as well. So it's totally false rumors. In fact, like I've mentioned, this guy actually joined with 350,000 US dollars. So it's all false rumors. And this crowd as well coming in. Now, I mean, if it's closed down, I'm pretty sure this amount of people will not be stupid enough to actually continue to join as well. So that's a false rumor. Okay. So now, what's the beauty of the investment? Is that it's international. So in the event that we say, for example, if Malaysian government doesn't accept, we can go to Singapore. Singapore doesn't accept, we can go to Thailand. So you can go to any countries that you want. There's no proof of success in stories of people making millions. Normally people from interesting backgrounds. A mate who actually joined at a $500 package has actually gone home with more than 10,000 US dollars. The story is actually on the web page itself. You can have a look. In fact, there's a video on it as well. A man who used to be so poor he lives under a bridge is now a millionaire. A lady which nearly wanted to kill herself but is now earning hundreds of thousands. That's a Thailand lady. These are simple people from very basic backgrounds. The Thailand lady is actually she's actually on the front. Right, okay, so I was here at this time around 26th January. So as you can see, YouFund, as you can see, so if you join us, you will be in this event as well. As you can see, there's lots of foreigners as well that just recently joined us. So it's really fantastic, the opportunity provided. So no one, at this junction, no one has done digital currency with the backing of the reserve and the government backing as well. We are the first in the world. So products come out all the time. Okay, this is not really relevant, but it's pretty much saying that products come out all the time. We're now living in a digital world. Internet is everything. Basically, it's saying that you can't sell 100,000 worth of products, but you can actually sell 100,000 worth of digital currency. That's how it is right now. So there are more than 10 digital currency in China, but why is UToken being the one selected? You can run digital currency if you are a China-based company, but they do not allow foreign potential threat to their currency in the country. Basically, it states that China has, although it says yes, an open door concept, but it's actually a closed door concept. They're relatively very they scrutinize a lot on who they allow into the country, and whether or not if you are a foreign-based company, they make it really restrictive for you to be withdrawing money out from the country. So some of the companies open for 6 months, 3 months, a week even. Some close because the boss is running away with the money. But UToken, YouFund has been around for a year. Despite all the negative news, it's still running on a fantastic pace. In fact, it just literally increased another tick yesterday. So why not just run? Our CEO is pretty much really very rich right now. He could have just easily run with the current position he's in, but he's not. He's still striving. He's still going against the odds. He's still trying to implement new projects, new programs into the company, like the mutual fund, the UTokens trust fund, which is coming up soon in the next couple of months. So that is why this company will succeed, because despite all the negative news, the company has strived to overcome all these challenges, all this fake news that has come up, and is in the position that it's in today, with 80 countries, with 15 plus physical offices. So Jakarta or Indonesia will open lunch. So Indonesia starts in the impact on the UToken price will be tremendous, because Indonesia has one of the largest population in the world. Of course, in a developing country as well, they have a lot of economical financial power in the country itself. So okay, BNM list. So some people were concerned about it in the Bank Negara's blacklist. So it's here. Now, if you're an international company, you wouldn't be using, number one, you wouldn't using a Malay language. So it's typical for me to use this as an example would be if Apple.com sells Apple stuff, of course. Now they're a legal based company. Now if I were to create www.greenapple.com and I were to sell Apple stuff exactly like this, so can you actually blame Apple? Can you actually sue Apple.com and say that, hey, um, you you're actually scamming my money because I've paid for your products and you've not sent it, but I'm actually buying it from greenapple.com. So greenapple.com has scammed my money. Can I actually blame apple.com? I can't. Why? Because greenapple.com is actually made by an individual. Apple.com is actually made by the company. So likewise as well, YouFund Club, these two websites, this blog as well, was made by individuals which were unethical. They actually went out and tried to scam people into paying them money and then disappearing with the money. So they are entirely not relevant to the company itself. Basically, the company itself is not in the BNM list. Okay? So that's about it. I think I've actually answered all questions so far. Thank you very much for your time. If anything, I will share more. I'm really sorry for my English. I still have a lot of room to improve on my English. And pardon me if there's anything in between which you felt that you've not really understood. Please let me know. I will do my best to explain again in more detail and more in a more precise manner. Thank you very much for your time, and hope to hear from you soon. Thanks a lot.